Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to continue working on part 19 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to finish everything. Like it's ready to be imported to Twinmotion. We created the sheets and I showed you how to add all those floor plans on it. Now, let's continue this. Before we go to Twinmotion, we need to do something. We need to double check that you're on fine into the details level, and then you want to make sure that you save, and then after you save, we can now go to the Twinmotion plugin and then click on See in Twinmotion. We now have to wait for it to synchronize, and once we do, we're going to continue this video. So here we need to click on New Project and then press OK and then press No. Let's make it full screen, and as you can see, we have our model imported. So now, before we do start, we need to save this. Save as, go to the folder that you want to put this on, and you can put in any name you want. I'm just gonna put it house and then press save. After we save, we need to go to our burger menu and we need to sign in to Epic Games. All my information is already added there, so that's why it's just easy for me to sign in. And as you can see, the authentication procedure completed successfully. So I just need to press OK, and then now I have access right here. If you click, I have access to Quixel Megascan and all of this, like even the sketch fab if I want to. So now if we zoom here, usually what I do is I go to materials and I put in glass, and then I put in two-sided glass, and then after that I increase the opacity and change the color to kind of dark, and then after that you can go back here. I'm going to pick this material right here, so material picker, and then once you do, I'm going to change the color of this aluminum to dark, and we want to make sure that this is reflective so that this is metal. Also on this one, we could set the material on this. As you can see, this aluminum doesn't have reflectiveness, so we need to go to settings and make sure metalness is turned on, and then once you do, you increase the reflectiveness. I want this one to have reflection but not too much, so I'm just gonna give it like that. Around 40 would be good enough. And then now it's time for us to pick the materials. So for here, what I want to do is to add materials. So I'm going to go to wood, and we have this kind of different materials right here that we could set up. So what I want to do is basically choose chestnut and add this chestnut right here. And as you can see, we could scale it up so that it's good enough size, reflectiveness around 60. I think that's good enough. And that low, we could fix this later on. This is just one of the issue with what we have there, like the split materials or split faced. So that's one of the issue with that. If it usually costs like that to warp, So we're gonna fix that later on. We need to just go back to Twinmotion right there. And then after that, I would rather use this one onto a different. Uh, so I'm going to put a different materials right here, and then I'm gonna use the chestnut on this. I think it looks much better, or maybe the chestnut on this side. So maybe I'm gonna choose this one first and chestnut right here. I think having that one would really insinuate the materials right here. And then for this one, I'm gonna use stone, and this is the stone material that I'm gonna use. I think having there would greatly increase the visuals right here. And now we need to choose a material for this one, and then a material on this side. So now I need to save this first. I want to go back to Revit now in order for us to change this side. As you can see, we have a gap here as well that we need to fix. So I'm gonna edit boundary, go to the level 1, and then here I'm just gonna delete this and then delete this. I'm going to trim and extend and then save this. Go back to 3D, and what we have here is we have a floor that is we need to edit. So I need to go back here because I just did something. I need to fix this. This is under modify, and then the split face here. I want to delete the split face that we created because it's just ruining the, but I want to so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to remove the paint first, edit boundary, click on finish, and then we're good with that. I just need to know what material did I use here in order to add that again. The problem with this is I cannot edit, I cannot remove. So what I'm gonna do instead is to edit the floor, possibly edit the floor. So I'm gonna edit this floor, edit boundary. I'm gonna push this one back. Delete split element and then just put it back. So some drastic thing that we need to do in order to fix this. And now it's fixed. Split element is not there anymore. We just need to add a paint that was the same one with this, but like I said, I forgot already which one we use. So I'm gonna choose something like this bamboo. I think we haven't done this. So I'm gonna click on that bamboo, and I'm just going to change all of that. Click save, and then go to Twinmotion plugin and then see in Twinmotion. So now, as you can see, we have this, but don't worry, we're going to change this definitely. So even if I add this wood siding right here. As you can see, everything looks nice. There's no gaps here anymore, and there's no errors. So those are the things that sometimes you need to go back to Revit in order to fix all of that. And it happens to me more than enough times, so I know how to fix it. So now the material that I'm gonna use here is something like with a wood, but I'm gonna choose something that doesn't have pattern, like a veneer. So something like this. So something like that would be good enough. And then I'm just going to add those. And as you can see, it looks really good. There's a big difference having that one there. And then now I need to choose something for this. I'm just gonna leave the white. So for the white, I'm just gonna go to Quixel Megascan. But before that, let's try and add the wall right here. I'm gonna look at a stone material. Maybe this stone would be good in terms of the look. And then I'm probably going to add it on this face as well. If we find something different, I'm gonna choose that. But for now, I think it looks good. It's not striking enough. We can even use this instead if we want. So it's consistent. Yes, let's just use this one so that everything is consistent with the look. I think that's good enough look there. And then here for this material, I'm just going to use this black as well. So at least everything looks really good with the black and having those in. And then let's not forget, we need to select this and then turn on metalness, put in some reflections, and then after that go back to material and then go to neon and then choose the number 1 neon right there, and at least everything will be glowing like that. And even this one as well, it's glowing. Make sure this one metalness is turned on, and then put in some reflection, and then this one as well, reflection on, metalness on. And then in this side we need to do something about that. I don't know if in Revit we fix this. So in Revit it's showing like that it's already fixed, but in this it's just weird that it didn't create that line that we want to. Let's go to Quixel Megascan, surfaces, and we want maybe plaster, painted, and then we just want this white stucco facade, maybe. Anything that is white will be gladly used. So I'm gonna use it there and here and everywhere else. And as you can see, this one, it's one of those errors that we have in Twinmotion. So the good thing about that is that's something that is not going to be visible once we're doing this. I'll probably add in one of those concretes. So I'm happy with the stucco look, stucco facade. So I'm happy with that. And I think it will really look good. And then I just need to change the materials right here. So one of the concrete, maybe this one would be good enough. Scaling, I think that's good enough. And why not add it here as well? I like the pattern. So the pattern looks good. And then if we add this one, would it change a bit? Yeah, it looks good. But I want something that is gray at the top. So maybe fine would be good at the top, just for decorative purpose. And then here, I want a concrete material for the ground, man-made. I want this kind of pattern right here, or maybe this one or this one. Let's change this to 90. I think that's good enough. And then maybe a concrete on this. And change it a bit. And then here, I'll probably use this one. Scale it, something like that, to just differentiate. And then obviously we're going to add in grass and those kind of stuff. And let's go to our settings, camera, and this is very important. You want to make sure to turn this on. Visual effects, color gradient. You want to make sure to change it to blue tint. And then after that, let's go to lighting, environment, background HDRI, and we're gonna choose one of those right here. Let's go to library, HDRI. Let's choose outdoor. And then let's choose this one, Sea Garden. I'm gonna turn this on as well. Maybe this one looks good as well. And how about this one? I wanna see this. And let's do something else as well. But obviously the Tiergarten one is the one that I like the most. I think that's the one that gives a better look, and I just offset the height so that it's not blinking. In terms of the background, I could just choose this one change this a bit, and at least everything looks striking. The sun is hitting everything else, and all those things will come alive. So you want to make sure you always save. You never know what will happen. Twinmotion is infamous by crashing, so you want to make sure to keep on saving all the time. So we're gonna stop here for now and continue in the next video. Thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.